Okay, so good afternoon once again mga bata. Okay, so tutuloy na natin yung ating discussion. So kahapon ang ating napag-aralan ay kung paano mag-multiply ng dalawang binomials sa pamamagitan ng tatlong method. So ito ay ang tinatawag na distributive method, box method, and then yung isa, yung tinatawag na FOIL method. So class, so dapat kahit isa sa kanila or mas maganda kung yung tatlong yun ay naikabesa. Para meron tayong mga paraan kung paano isolve or kunin yung product ng dalawang binomials natin. So dapat ding na talagang i-memorize yung FOIL method dahil ang FOIL method is useful in finding the product of two binomials. Okay, two binomials lang So kapag trinomials na, hindi na natin po pwedeng magagamit ang FOIL method. Okay. So kagaya nga ng sinabi ko, so ang lesson natin ngayon ay tungkol sa product of sum and difference of two binomials. Yung dalawa nating binomials ay yung isa addition, yung isa naman ay subtraction. So ano kaya ang product nila? Okay, is it trinomials ba? Magiging trinomials pa rin ba? Or magiging binomial? Tignan natin. Okay, so di ba kahapon naikabesan nyo na rin kung paano gamitin ang FOIL method. So bibigyan ko kayo ng 10 minuto para sagutan yung nasa screen. Okay, so meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 sets of binomials. Isolve nyo nga. 10 minutes. Okay, so sulat-sulat. So patayin muna yung mga cellphones nyo kung kayo ay naglalaro ng ML. O yung mga mahilig sa ML dyan Okay, so last 7 minutes. Okay. Last 5 minutes. Okay. So, nainip na ako. Tapos na ba? Okay. So, finish or unfinished, tignan nyo yung mga sagot nyo kung nakatumpak kayo or nakalegwak. Okay, tingnan nyo. Okay. So, anong mapapansin nyo sa mga kulay brown dyan? Yung mga kulay brown dyan ay yung mga products ng bawat dalawang binomials. So, ano kayang pattern? Sabi nga dyan, what is the pattern you observe? O, di ba? So, kagaya ng dito. O, tignan nyo to. Yung x minus 5 multiplied by x plus 5. Pero ang nakuhang product is x squared minus 25. So, kahapon, di ba, gamit ang binomial, nagmultiply tayo gamit ang FOIL, rather. Nagmultiply tayo ng dalawang binomials. Ang mga nakukuha nating mga sagot or product is trinomial. While on this case, so naging binomial lang ang sagot. Kagaya nito, x plus 7 multiplied by the quantity of x minus 7 equals x squared minus 49. Di ba? Binomial lang din. pati dito, binomial lang din. Okay. So, saglit lang. So, i-correct ko kayo dito, Ko-correct natin ito. Mukhang nagkamali ako dito ng sagot. So, 3a multiplied by 3a is 9a squared. So, 9a squared sana yan. Okay. So, next, we have here y plus 11 multiplied by y minus 11. So, we got y squared minus 121. So, dito rin, 2n minus 5 multiplied by 2n plus 5, we have n squared or 4n squared should be. 4n squared minus 25 dapat yan. 25. And then this one, we have x minus 3 multiplied by x plus 3. So, we have x squared minus 9. Okay, so ano nga ba ang paraan or technique kung paano yan makukuha? Okay, so we have the product of a sum and difference. So the product of a plus b and a minus b is the square of a minus the square of b. So napakasimple, ano? So kahit isolve natin yan manually, so ang makukuha pa rin natin is binomial. Two terms. Okay, tingnan natin ito. So ayan, a plus or the quantity of a plus b multiplied by the quantity of a minus b. Tingnan natin yung proseso. Ayan. Di ba kapag ginamit natin yung FOIL method, so F stands for first term. So our first terms here, we have a at saka a. So kapag pinag-multiply natin yan, meron tayong a squared. Tama? Okay, next. Kapag ginamit naman natin yung o or yung outer terms, yung mga nasa labas. So we have a and negative b. So a times negative b, we have negative a b. Next, inner terms, yung mga terms na nasa loob. So we have b at saka a. So when we multiply b times a, it will give us a positive ab. And the last one, we have the last terms. So what is our last terms? So we have b at saka itong isang b. So when we multiply them, magiging b squared. And then, after that, isi-simplify natin kasi ito. So, parehas sila ng numerical coefficient. Ang numerical coefficient kasi nito is 1. So, negative and positive. So, when we add or when we combine common numerical coefficient with unlike sign, it will give us a 0. Okay. So, the middle terms cancel because they're opposites. So, ito yung tinatawag na middle terms, yung nasa gitna. So, na-cancel sila kasi opposite yung kanilang mga signs and then at the same time, parehas silang term. Okay. And then, therefore, ang matitira, we have a squared, ito siya, and then we have negative b squared. So, the result is the difference of the squares of the two original terms. Okay, ang ibig sabihin yan, ang simpleng sagot ay yung square lamang ng original na terms natin. Okay. So yung A, ano ba ang square ng A? Eh di A squared. Ano nga ba ang square ng B? Eh di B squared. So naintindihan? Okay. Next. So, tingnan natin ito, class. So, use the shortcut. So, mag-shortcut na tayo. So, wag na natin gamitin yung FOIL method dito. Kasi nga, gagamitin natin yung shortcut. So, i-square lang natin yung mga unang terms. And then after that, the second term. Okay, so square the first term and subtract the square of the second term. So meaning, ano nga bang square ng 3? Diba 9? And then the square of x, we have x squared. So our first term is 9x squared. So minus the square of the second term. So what is the square of 8? So that is 64. While the square of y, we have y squared. So tingnan natin. Okay. So kung makikita nyo class, in-square yung unang term. So 3x squared less or minus the square of the second term, which is 8y. So the result will be 3 squared, we have 9. X squared, we have x squared. Minus the square of 8, and that is 64. And then the square of y, which is y squared. Okay, so naintindihan ba? Okay, so let us now proceed to the next slide. So let us try this binomials. Okay, so una, the quantity of x plus 7 multiplied by the quantity of x minus 7. So, kagaya nga ng rule natin, so let us square the first terms and the last terms. So makikita natin, so the square of our first term is x squared, and the square of our last terms or second terms, we have 49. So, since the rule is the difference of two squares. Okay, di ba? So, x squared minus 49 is the correct product of these two binomials. Okay, next. So, we have 40 plus 1 multiplied by 40 minus 1. So, again, let us square the first terms. So, 4t square, we have 16t squared minus the square of the second term, which is 1, so that is still 1. Okay, so the square of 4 is 16. The square of t, we have t squared. The square of 1, we have syempre 1. Okay, next. Okay, so let us proceed to the next two binomials. Okay, so papakita ko na yung sagot. Okay, so we have here the square of 9, we have 81. The square of x, we have x squared. We have the square of 5, 25. And the variable, the square of y, we have y squared. So, parehas pa rin na minus ang gagamitin natin. Minus pa rin. Kasi at the end, kasi negative 5 times positive 5, negative 25. Okay. The last two binomials. So, the square of negative 3, we have a positive 9. Bakit naging positive? Kasi when we multiply two negatives, it will give us a positive. Ayan siya. So, x raised to 2 or x squared, we have, syempre, x squared. Then, when we square 5, we got 25. So, therefore, the product of this negative 3x plus 5 and negative 3x minus 5, we have 9x squared minus 25. Okay. So, okay, kung naintindihan, okay, so maganda kung naintindihan nyo yung ating lesson for this day. Okay, so next slide. Okay, so multiply the binomials using FOIL naman. Tignan natin kung bakit nagiging dalawa or nagiging binomial yung sagot nitong dalawang when we multiply two binomials. Okay, so let us have here this one. We have 3n plus 7 multiplied by 3n minus 7. Okay, so kung i-apply natin yung FOIL method, so first terms, we have 3n at saka 3n. So 3 times 3, we have 9. N times n, we have n squared. Tama? Okay, next. O, which is the outer terms sa labas. So we have 3n at saka negative 7. So positive 3 times negative 7, we have negative 21. Siyempre, kopyahin na natin yung variable na n kasi wala naman siyang variable dito. So ayan siya, nakopya. Next, inner. So, positive 7 times 3. So, positive 21. So, ito siya. Positive 21. Siyempre, kopyahin din na natin yung variable na n. Then, L stands for the last terms. We have positive 7 minus 7. We have negative 49. Okay, kung makikita nyo class sa middle terms, meron tayong negative 21 and positive 21, and that is opposites. Okay. So, syempre, kapag pinag-combine natin, magiging 0. So, ika-cancel na lang natin. So, ang matitira, itong 9n squared and negative 49. So, therefore, this is the final answer. Okay. Same procedure dito sa 2x minus 5 multiplied by 2x plus 5. So, ganun din, kapag i-apply natin yung FOIL method, so ito yung unang-una nating makukuha. Ito siya. So, okay, kung bakit naging 4x squared, 2x times 2x, 4x squared. 2x multiplied by positive 5, positive 10x. Negative 5 times positive 2x, we have negative 10x. At then, syempre, yung last terms, negative 5 times positive 5, we have negative 25. Kung makikita natin dito, meron tayong positive 10x minus 10x, or simply 10 minus 10, syempre 0. So, ang matitira, 4x squared minus 25. Okay, then next, ulit. So, ito naman, so 8 multiplied by 8 is 64. Then, outer, 8 multiplied by negative a, we have negative 8a. Inner, positive a multiplied by 8, we have positive 8a. Last terms, positive a multiplied by negative a, we have negative a squared. Okay, so meron na naman tayo dito, yung ating middle terms, opposites. So therefore, 0 ang value nila. So therefore, ang matitira, 64 minus a squared. Last, so x plus 6y multiplied by x minus 6y. Okay, so ayan, kapag in-apply natin yung FOIL, ito yung makukuha natin, x squared minus 6xy plus 6xy minus 36y squared. Okay, so since meron naman ulit opposite, so cancel, or that is the value of the two terms is 0. So therefore, x squared minus 36y squared. Okay, kung mapapansin nyo class, or mga bata, pare-parehas na binomials yung naging output or outcome kapag pinag-multiply natin yung sum and difference. Pero, class, tandaan nyo pag parehas yan na positive, so hindi na magiging binomial yung sagot. Depende. Pero kapag sum and difference na pare-parehas lang yung given na terms, okay, ito yung i-apply natin. Let us square the first term and the second terms, yun yung shortcut. Okay? The result is the square of the first term. Okay? The square of the first term. Okay? Halimbawa dito, this is the first term. The square of 8, we have 64. Okay, minus the square of the second term. I-square natin yung second term, that is a squared. Okay, minus a squared. So, napakasimple. Okay, so, itong slide natin ito ay kinuha ko mismo sa module o yung last ninyo na naibigay ko sa inyo. Okay, so, gusto kong tignan nyo yun at pagkatapos, sagutan nyo. Okay. So, kapag nakita nyo yung video ito, yung next na mga exercise is sagutan ninyo. Okay. So, halimbawa, merong tanong sa summative. Okay. So, ito na yung magiging reference nyo or magiging practice nyo sa pagsagot doon sa mga tanong sa summative. Okay, so una, so x minus 5 multiplied by x plus 5. So, di ba? I-square natin yung unang term. So, ano ba ang square ng x? So, isip. Then, yung square naman ng pangalawang term, yung 5. Anong square ng 5? Okay, nakuha. So, ang sagot ay x squared minus 25. Okay, next. Number 2. So, i-square natin yung unang term. O yan, 3x squared. What is the square of 3? Isa-isayin natin. Ano bang square ng 3? Sulat. Ano bang square ng x? Okay, sulat. Minus the square of 7. Ano nga bang square ng 7? Okay, sulat. Anong sagot nyo? Okay. Kung ganito yung sagot nyo, tumpak. Pero kung mali, ligwak. Panoorin mabuti yung video. Next. Okay, so 4x minus 7 multiplied by 4x plus 7. So, isa-isahin natin ulit. So, ano nga bang square ng 4? Okay, sulat. Ano nga bang square ng x? Sulat. Okay. Then, after that, next term, i-square natin. Ano nga bang square ng 7? Sulat. Okay. Pares ba tayo ng sagot? Next. 3a plus b multiplied by 3a minus b. Square natin yung 3a. So, square ng 3. O, meron na dito. Square ng A. Square din ng B. Okay. Ayan, parang bonus kasi meron na dun, oh. Yung 3. Next. Square natin yung X. Siyempre, meron na dyan. Alam nyo na. Then, square natin yung 15. Multiply nyo 15 times 15. Okay, kung pares tayo ng sagot, okay, so naintindihan nyo yung lesson. Ngayon, kung hindi nyo naman naintindihan, pwede nyong ulit-ulitin itong video. Pwede nyong i-play ulit hanggang sa maunawaan niyo. Okay ba? Pero kung nagustuhan nyo yung video, pwede nyong i-click yung subscribe dito sa baba. Click nyo yung button, yung subscribe button, and then yung bell na rin. Click nyo yun para maging update kayo sa susunod na mga videos. Okay ba? So, kung meron pa rin kayong mga tanong, just comment down. Mag-comment kayo sa baba. Okay ba? Okay.